So, hey, and welcome back. I know it's been a minute. When was the last time we did it? What's going well?
I don't know, I have my dreads.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. I'm gonna have to look back and see when the last time we did it. What's going well?
We're first back over here.
Like back after Orlando.
Mhm.
Wow, that was 2022. It's been like 3 years. Yeah, that's wow. And I will say that us starting back to do what's going well, it has been Sean. It was Sean. He was like, "Ma, when are we gonna do what's going well? When are we gonna do it?" So
All these projects, everything to do with no time to do
you gonna just sell me out to the
it.
people?
Absolutely. Because they've been missing our content because of you. You and these projects.
Okay. So clearly, I needed to get my life together. But honestly, the fact that he's even asking, I was like, wow, really? Like he missed it. So I'm very excited. I'm excited that he still wants to do stuff with his mama. Here we are. Huh?
I gotta really think about it.
Yeah, right.
This is if I want to fool with you.
Yeah, right.
Because then I get roped into other stuff and it just.
Yes, it's a cascade effect. It's a
Yeah,
cascade effect.
I guess.
But I do honestly love that, you kept pressing me and like, Ma, when we gonna do it? Ma, when we gonna do it? And I will tell y'all, he even woke up early to do this.
Well, I actually woke up on my own and then I.
No, but that's what I'm saying. But
Oh,
you
right.
got up. You got up early and still was like, oh, hey, we doing what's going well.
Right.
So we're definitely gonna make a conscious effort to do it. What are we gonna do? Weekly?
Yeah, on Wednesday.
Okay, weekly on Wednesday. So it's gonna be what's going well Wednesdays.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of W's.
Be all right.
So we had to do a little shifting around before we got ready. So all right, so what's going well Wednesday? So here is the first installment of what's going well. And what's going well is basically, you think about it, people focus so much on the negative. They focus on what could be better, what what is going poorly, stuff like that. But I think that I know we don't put enough focus on what's going well, because you could have 20 things going well, and there's that one thing that doesn't go well, it ruins your whole day, it ruins your month. I mean, it just ruins everything. So we just want to put it out there, and we're going to talk about the things that are going well for us.
Right.
All right, you want to start?
I will.
It's going well for you.
I mean, what's been going well lately is basketball. It's always been something I've been looking forward to. And I've definitely improved, which I do like to see. I've improved. And my summer was amazing. And I hope y'all summer was, as adequate as mine was. Yeah, you heard it. You heard it. Big vocabulary. Anyway, yeah, I had a really good summer. And I feel like now going back to school, I'm trying to bring that positive energy back into it. But it's my senior year, so I'm ready to leave. That's what's going well. What about you?
Yeah, I can't believe, first of all, let me say I can't believe that it's your senior year. Um, your sister and I were looking through pictures yesterday, and I mean pictures from when you were like 2 and when you were 6 and 10, and it's just amazing to have gotten to see you grow
Right.
and become the young man that you are, because you know you hear a lot of people out here, they're like, oh, especially single moms, especially being a single mom, you hear some women say, oh my gosh, my son did this and my son's trying me, my son this, da, 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 da. And I am so thankful that, with you, with all my kids actually, that I didn't have those kind of issues. I mean, the typical stuff.
I do like trying her sometimes, so like I feel like it just brings that mental challenge to like for her being a mother. So it's like I feel like it would be wrong if I didn't try her. It builds her mentally.
He plays so much. He plays way too much. But I am proud of you and everything that you've accomplished, especially this summer, because those of y'all that don't know, he loves basketball. And his first year playing organized basketball was last year. And he did well. He did well. And I really love that, you did the AAU during the summer, because I really feel like that challenged him. It challenged him to grow. And shout out to his coach. What's your coach's name? Which coach is it?
Coach Chris and Coach Lewis.
So one of his coaches, first of all, let me back up. When he was in the hospital back in December, his coach every day checked in on him, every single day. Checked on him, make sure he was doing okay. And I am so, so, so grateful for that. And then the last time I saw the coach, I forgot to tell him. But I am so grateful for that. Because even though, that's his coach, having that adult male presence in his life, and that adult male to not only encourage him, but to challenge him, which is what his coaches do. They challenge him. Before the game, he has a goal. And is it still the 10 rebounds? Because I know one game it was 10 rebounds. But he's been doing great, and he's been progressing. He had a little mental challenge, a couple weeks ago, where he had, and this is what we're talking about, he had one bad practice, and was ready to hang his shoes up. So that's the purpose of this. He had so many amazing things happen, but that one bad practice was about to take him out the game, literally. So I just want to say that I am proud of you. I'm proud of what you've accomplished. I'm proud of, who you are mentally and emotionally. You are, and I know a lot of guys don't like to hear this, but I feel like you're definitely in touch with your emotions. Sean is a very emotional person. He's not outwardly, but he takes things to heart. He's so empathic, and I love that about you, and I don't want you to change that at all. Of course. I love it about you.
People can't hold me. I'm like that because my mama, okay?
Well, I'm honored, because you are. I'm very proud of the young man that you are sitting here next to me today. I know you're gonna go on and do great things.
Natural.
All right, so what's going well for me? There's a lot of things going well for me. But what I'm gonna choose for this week's what's going well is my mental and emotional growth is what's going well for me. Those of you that don't know, last year was a tough year for me. Last year, I say it all the time, it was the second worst year of my adult life. And I've been an adult now for 27 years? So in 27 years, last year was the second worst year of my life. Then, I figured, okay, new year, I put some things in place. I signed up for the gym, and I was like, okay, 2025 is gonna be the year. I'm gonna mentally, emotionally, financially, all of that. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna thrive in 2025. But life threw the family a curveball, because my sister got diagnosed with breast cancer. So things changed. Things had to shift, and that definitely took a toll, but not like last year. Not like last year. Oh my gosh. I feel like last year I was just in this hole, and I just had to claw my way out of it. I had to claw my way out of it. And I mean, to put it in perspective for you, last year I was in such a terrible place. We didn't even put up a Christmas tree. Okay. Honey, when it comes to Christmas,
Usually you always got me a Christmas tree.
ways. We had a tree. We had two trees. We just never put them up. Normally, I'm decorating the night of Thanksgiving. I'm taking down my fall stuff. I'm getting the Christmas stuff out. I'm getting the
music
book
on.
out, the music.
That laugh, but that's all you hear every year.
Because I love Christmas. Fall is my favorite season, but Christmas is my favorite holiday. I love the vibes, and it's not about the gifts, but it's just about the vibes and the togetherness. But last year, there was none of that in the house. It was just another day. And, I recognize that I am, quote unquote, the leader of the house. I get that. But I didn't have it in me. I didn't even have it for me. So if I didn't have it for me, I didn't have it for anybody else. So I will say that just over this year now, we're in our 8th month. And I mean, this year I feel like mentally and emotionally, sorry about that. Mentally, and I know I need to clean up in here is what the problem is. Mentally and emotionally, I have come so far, and I have done so much work between gratitude journaling, between regular journaling, the 4 agreements, taking time to listen to my body. I feel like I have just made just so many strides. And, it was evident that I was turning the corner when my daughter, Jasmine, said to me, she said, Mom, you know what? She said, lately, and I think it was maybe like February or so, she was like, I realize that it's hard, that this is hard. You're having a hard time. But she was like, you're showing up and it's different. I see where you made the change and you're showing up. And I appreciate that. And I was like, oh my gosh. And just thinking like, how did I get so lucky to have such great kids that are just so in tune. And and my kids, I always tell them don't think for me, and they'll feel like, oh, she's in a bad mood, I'm not gonna ask, and da 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 da. And I try to explain to them a lot of the times it's not that I'm in a bad mood, it's just a lot of times I'm really deep in thought. And I guess I don't have a friendly look on my face when I'm deep in thought or when I'm concentrating really hard. Huh? I was like, okay now. Because I be trying not to approach you. Yeah, and it's not even that. A lot of times it's just me thinking about all the things I have to do. But once they told me that, I've consciously made an effort to fix that, to remedy that, because I don't want them feeling like, oh, well, she's in a bad mood, I'm not going to approach her. I don't ever want my kids to feel like I'm unapproachable at any time. Anytime my kids need me, I want them to know that I'm going to be there. So that's what's going well. My mental, emotional, and I guess just overall, because I went to the doctor last month, and or was it this month? Well, it was recently. And my physical health, it's on the up. It's on the uptrend. So I'm just very proud and very excited about that I'm blooming this year. Okay? I'm flourishing. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. But I will say that a lot of the stuff could be a lot more family oriented. Like everybody could start involving themselves a little bit more. Okay. Like, of course, more than they already are. Right. But, because. Like what? Like, just anything around the house, like cooking and cleaning. I agree. And just, any of the projects that you have. Because, it also builds that emotional connection while building that physical connection with each other. Right. See, for me, it's hard with, especially like you and Jasmine, it's hard because, when you're younger, most young girls like the same things. They like tea parties. They like playing dress up. And boys, when they're younger, they like going outside and throwing the ball and active stuff like that. They like playing video games and stuff like that. And I won't lie, when you were younger, this may have been, I take it back. Maybe this was before you were born. I think me and your dad used to play Madden. That was before. Yeah, we were like y'all, like, oh, the new Madden's coming out. We about to get a new Madden. I used to do stuff like that. And then when y'all were younger, we do picnics and stuff like that. But it's just hard. Now that y'all are older, y'all's interests are different. Y'all schedule. It's down to eat. I hate it. I hate it. So we'll have a picnic. You want to have a picnic? Absolutely. We'll have a family picnic then. So we'll definitely incorporate some more of that. And then, like we used to do family game night, I think. Oh, yeah. We got the Xbox back together. I think we need to start doing that also. Family movie night, I don't know. Because, you're a movie aficionado, and we'll be like, oh, we want to see this movie. He'd be like, yeah, I already saw it. Yeah. I'll be like... If it's on Netflix, I probably already watched it. He gets on my nerves. So maybe not family movie night per se. Once a quarter, we could do like a family movie night. Even if it's a movie that we've already seen or whatever, and then we have that.
It's a good movie. I always recommend it.
I know. We have that outside the screen that you can put outside, and we could do that. I think that'll be nice. But when it gets a little bit cooler.
So was that movie we watched? It was the track runner. Jesse O.
Oh, yes. But yeah, so okay, we could do stuff like that. I think, us as a family just coming together and being more cohesive because we all do kind of do our own thing, go our own way, and it's like we come in the house and it's 1, 2, 3, break. Everybody just scatters. So, okay, I like it.
Absolutely.
I support it. You got anything else?
Not really. Whatever y'all did this summer, put it down below. And if you don't, you eat bugs.
Oh, easy.
That's just confirmed knowledge. It wasn't from me. The scientist said that. But yeah, drop down below how y'all summers went, and yeah, it's a new season.
Yeah.
Look
And
forward
I
to
will
seeing
say,
everybody grow.
good luck to you and everybody this school year. I know senior year is tough. Senior year is tough, and not tough as in school, but it's tough because the end is so close.
Right.
And you're like, oh my gosh, this year is taking forever. So good luck to you all.
Did you see the thing about Trump in the 6 months?
What?
About being in school for only 6 months? Yeah.
Oh, it's supposed to start this year?
Yeah, I think so. That's what I've been hearing.
Because I thought all the changes related to school, like where if you go to public school, you have to take the ASVAB. I thought that started next year. All right, another issue.
Another issue is TikTok. TikTok is so addictive and informative. It's very informative, and it kind of shows a lot of the bad. It shows a lot of bad on TikTok, a lot of things you need to watch out for, which of course is very informative and helpful. But I feel like it's it takes over. Like it takes a lot of your time, obviously, because when you're just doom scrolling or whatever, and it's just it needs to go. Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie, it needs to go at this point because I feel like it really just glues you to your screen instead of wanting to go out and actually interact with other people. Yeah. And I feel like a lot of stuff on your phone does that these days. Yes. So I can't even just put it all on TikTok. But I feel like as a whole, we all need to just I think
social media in general, and I mean the thing too with TikTok and social media in general is that you got to be really careful because people will just say stuff. Yeah. They don't research anything, they don't validate anything, they just say stuff. And a lot of times, if it's like say you're in a bad mood, like you mad at your mom, somebody comes on and they're like, yeah, mama's, they tripping, and mama's this and mama's that. Of course, because you're upset at the moment, so you just gonna take it. Or like with politics is very polarizing these days, and you'll hear somebody say, oh, well, Trump said blah, 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 blah. And it's like, what? He said what? And you go look, and it is what he said, but it was very inaccurate. It's not rooted in truth. And that's the scary thing about social media for me, is that a lot of these claims and stuff like that, is not rooted in truth. Like there was a whole thing about this guy came on social media and said that a rapper was in his DMs or something like that. And people took it and ran with it because people like that kind of stuff. They like the messy stuff and they like the drama. But then he had to come back and be like, okay, yeah, no, I made it up. What? Like, why? Are you that bored? So that's the thing for me with social media. Anytime I see something on social media, I go and I Google or go to a reputable source to see if it's true or not, before I repost it. And that's definitely something that a lot of people aren't doing. They're not being responsible with this information. They'll get that foolishness and then they'll just repost it, retweet it, share it to their story, whatever have you, and then the crap isn't even true. So I would like, I mean, social media probably ain't going nowhere.
Absolutely.
I'm just going to be honest, but I would like for people to be more responsible,
Absolutely.
you know, in the information they share, and I think that will help. It won't solve the problem, but that will definitely help some. And then I think just planning things. Like we just sat here and we said, okay, we're gonna do a family picnic.
Right.
You know, actually planning things and following through is something that I think we all need to do. And I know COVID started it, and then it just kind of continued from there. And then social media is not making it any better. So you know,
I feel like
do our little part.
a lot of information is just kind of picked out.
Yeah.
So it's not even like the full thing, as you said.
Yeah.
So they just pick it out to make it seem like like how on the news they only give out, the bad plane crashes or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
They pick it out just to make that whole ordeal.
And you get people all in an uproar. And the thing was that I want to say that the last time I looked, it was like maybe March or April, that as many plane crashes as we have seen on the news up until that point, it was still less than 2024.
Right.
But it's because the news wasn't reporting on it as much and they weren't sensationalizing it. And I think there's a lot of that going around. Just picking out little bits and pieces, like you said, and making it, people get angry about those little bits and pieces, but they don't, they don't give the whole picture. So people don't see the whole picture. So, we just gotta do our little part.
Very tiring.
It is. It can be exhausting because even on social media, I started to unfollow a lot of accounts like the Shade Room, World Star, who else? TMZ. I stopped following. It's just because, like, oh my gosh, I don't care about who's dating who. Good for them. Like, I'm excited. Good for you. But what does that have to do with me? And what am I supposed to do with this information now that I know that this basketball player is dating this rapper? Okay, so what? Like, why is it news that? Like, why is it news that is it Asia Wilson? That Asia Wilson is wearing Bam's sweatpants.
Oh, nice.
Why is that a thing? Like, really? That's regular stuff. Like, why is that such a big deal? How about we talk about how to grow gardens? How about we talk about that? How about we talk about how to become self-sufficient? How about we talk about increasing financial literacy, increasing health literacy, like stuff that will actually make us better as a species, and not the fact that Klay Thompson took Meg Thee Stallion to the inaugural game, or that Asia Wilson is wearing Bam sweatpants. Like, well,
they're people too.
Exactly. And the more time we spend focusing on their lives, is less time we spend living our lives. Because we watching everybody else live their lives, and we're not living ours. So,
and a lot of the time, people are comparing their lives to that of a celebrity.
Yes, that's the dangerous part. Yes.
You just can't do that.
Right, because that Louis Vuitton bag they probably got it for free.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They probably got it for free.
Endorsements.
Exactly.
All that stuff.
But you out here, and regular people will be out here working and working and working and working just to afford that one bag. And for what? Okay?
Veneers was a bad one.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody started getting veneers.
Oh, and they look a mess. A lot of them look a mess. BBLs, a lot of them look a mess too.
But yeah.
And I mean, everybody has something about themselves that they would change or they would improve. But I feel like, sometimes people just go a little bit too far. They go a little too far. And a lot of people aren't grateful for things these days. It's always what's next. What's the next thing? What's the next gift? What's the next trend? Trying to stay on trend and stuff like that. And, I am so glad that I am not one of those people. I've never been one of those people who it has to be, oh, this is what's in style and this hairdo and this and that. Like, I've never been that. If I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't. And that's that. So I am so happy that I'm like that, and I am so happy that my kids are the same way. Because I remember one year I asked you, I think you might have been like 13, and I was like, "Oh, I was gonna buy you a pair of Jordans, but I don't know how you felt about it." You were like, "For what?"
Yeah, I don't really care for stuff like that for real.
Yeah,
Like I just, as long as I'm comfortable, cool.
yeah,
Sweatpants, Crocs, hoodies. I mean,
yeah. I mean, and I love it. I love it,
true, because I wear these pajama pants outside at any time.
and they look a mess.
You look a mess.
Well,
Hmm?
it does not look like your pants.
Well, you look my pants. Well, my pants are high watered anyway, so you look just like a. Yep. Mm-hmm.
See how you do?
I see how you start.
But all right, y'all. So I hope that you all have a wonderful school year. I hope you have a wonderful week.
Absolutely.
I hope you find something in your week to be grateful for. Again, like Sean said, let us know what's been going well for you during your summer. Let us know in the comments. And we'll be back next week with another What's Going Well.
Absolutely.
All right, we'll see you then.